So we'll 6:01. What is the citizens? We have Paul Kendrick here from the Eagle Scout, and this project is going to Ledge Cemetery and straightening and splicing gravestones back together. So he is here. Did you make copies of this for everybody?
I didn't,
Oh.
it's going on the agenda, it's all set.
Oh, okay. So explain to these lads here, because Vic and I, we know what we're doing. But
So basically, the general idea is that we're gonna find headstones that are in need of repair or like buried. And you can dig up the headstones, like dig up around the bases, like a couple feet. That way you can actually clean the bases and then later epoxy them. So we're gonna clean them off. And once they're all cleaned, like on both the base and the actual stone itself, my project coach is helping with this. So he's a carpenter by trade, so he knows how to do a lot of clean stuff. So we can set up a drill and drill into the stones themselves. And then we have steel rebar.
I think I showed you guys all these pictures that we tried when we did it in the Tony's garage. Yeah.
And
Like a template, right? You use a template out of wood and then you bring it over to the stones to drill your holes.
Yep.
fill the holes and then use rebar and epoxy. And then we also have concrete glue that we can use on the smaller stones that don't need rebar and don't need epoxy, because the epoxy is like $110, but it was donated by my project coach. The rebar is like $100 too, but I got donations from my friends. So everything's bought and paid for.
How many stones do you think you're gonna tackle?
About like 10 of them. But we've also planned on cleaning some. We've already cleaned some headstones just with simple green because we got the glue from that like months ago. So we've done like some 80 or so, but only clean. And we just want to dig up the stones, set them in order, and all that.
You're gonna pick up the twigs and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Pick up twigs, do baking and stuff like that. I could get it done, or I could get a lot of the general maintenance done this weekend.
Beautiful.
Um,
Well, you gotta wait till you go to the town. You gotta wait till you go on the agenda. Okay.
No, Tuesday would be in the agenda.
Tuesday.
sounds good.
Yeah. Right, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
All right.
Right. So you're gonna be first on the agenda.
So 7 o'clock upstairs in the chambers.
Yep.
And I'll be here to support you. All right. And anybody else that wants to come from the cemetery commission. Which will be your attaboy. Okay?
It shouldn't be long,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So what will happen is that they open the meeting, they'll do the consent, the mayor's going to update. The consent agenda will happen and then we're going to the business and your first one will be done. So 15 minutes is hard. Unless there's a lot of audience.
We're good?
All right. All right.
All set?
All right. Very good. Thank you so much.
Okay, bud. See you on Tuesday.
Thank you.
So you can-
See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you. Steve, you want to go next? So we can get, we won't follow the agenda because you're in your car.
If you guys can't hear me, just give me a thumbs up and I'll get louder.
Oh, you're fine.
Perfect. So a lot has developed and changed in like the last 24 to 48 hours with getting some work done at some of the cemeteries. We were originally scheduled to go into Denison Cemetery to remove the large tree Wednesday or Thursday of this week, but Steve Karp needed Distinctive for a few more days. We finally got the whole heart agreement signed. We got Distinctive as an additional assurer through Worthington Fire District. And our game plan was to go in there tomorrow and take down the giant white pine in the back. With the winds and the height of the tree, we're not sure if Distinctive's bucket truck will be able to get in there and do it. So we're possibly looking into getting a crane that'll help us get that tree down safely and all cleaned up. While doing that is, if you guys drive by Denison Cemetery, we removed the front gates and the fence going down. so we can actually get Distinctive in there with their bucket truck to limb the trees along the property line of Worthington Fire District that are hanging into our property and also along the backside. So if we don't think we can get the crane tomorrow, so that's possibly going to happen on Monday. I'll keep you informed on that as well. Also coming with that is going with New Britain Fence and all the cemeteries that he's been out to look at. It looks like the gates are going to be right around $1,000 for all the cemeteries to range right around in length of 10 feet. So we all will have access into them. I know that he had mentioned earlier when we met him at Dunham Cemetery that he only had a certain amount of feet left of that black fence. The only amount of, he has 270 feet left of the black fence that is currently at Christian Lane and Dunham Cemetery. And we need 252 feet of fence to do Dennison Cemetery. And he will then look into finding another type of black decorative fence that won't be identical to what is at the 3 other cemeteries, but it'll be standardized black, almost looking exactly the same.
That'll be fine. I mean, you know, as long as they're not side by side, nobody's gonna know, right?
Exactly. Yep. So tomorrow, so I think that covers Dennison Cemetery, the fences at Dunham and Beckley, and the gates at Dunham, Dennison, and Beckley. So that leaves next is the tree crew. If they can't get in and do Dennison tomorrow, they're gonna come in and do Ledge Cemetery. So to start the pruning along the backside of that, to clean that up prior to us putting the fence up there. So if anybody wants to stop out there and give them some suggestion or some guidance further than what I will tell them, please feel free to. I think that completes, oh, and then once the trees are done and down at Dennison, we will then go in there with some topsoil out of your maintenance and repair account. We'll level the area the best we can with some topsoil and some fill, add some grass seed, and hopefully with the wet spring that we've been having, start to get a little bit of grass and really beautify that far right corner that currently looks like you know what.
Beautiful.
I think that's all I've got, but any questions, please fire them away.
So we might not have enough money to do all that fencing between now and June 30th, right?
Correct.
That's okay, because July 1st, we'll have more money and we can, because maybe, I'm sure that fence is gonna cost more, the new fence, than it is what he has in stock, right?
Correct. The Ledge Cemetery, the price, the quote on Ledge Cemetery was $4,800 plus $1,000 in gates, which puts us at 58. But in our budget narrative under contractual services or labor services, we have fencing in that. So I think there was, don't hold me to the numbers, but just over 24,000 left in labor services. And the tree work over the next 3 days is only going to eat up 12 grand or so with the crane. So that's going to lower us right around the threshold of 10. So we'll have enough to do 2 of the fences, just not all 3 of the fences out of the FY22 budget.
That's fine. July 1st will be here before you know it, so we'll be good.
Steve, with Dunham, are you putting the fence up in Dunham?
We're doing it dumb is we have somebody who keeps, go ahead. You can answer that, Charlie.
Dunham is the one in the back, going down to Potter's Field.
Correct.
Okay, I heard that you said something about doing fence there.
I meant Dunham. That's where we're going to put the gate because somebody keeps driving back there and rutting up our property. So they're going to put a walk-through gate in between. They're going to put a little gate in between the fence that they installed and the new 10-foot gate so we can get mowers and equipment back there.
Beautiful.
So can that come out of that account?
Yeah, right, that'll come out of that account, right?
That will come out of the other account.
Yep.
Dunham Cemetery has their own separate.
Because we have money for Dunham too, you know.
None necessary.
Right.
Right.
Remember the donation that the family made?
Correct. That's the Dunham. And then we also have Ledge Cemetery has the beautification that we applied that has to be spent.
For the grant, right?
Yes. And that can go towards the fencing as well.
Beautiful. We're in good shape.
So how, hey Woody, how are people gonna get to that, that monument in Potter's Field if there's a gate there?
We won't lock it. It'll just be shut.
Oh, okay, all right. I don't know if anybody ever goes down there except the 4-wheelers. That's why he wants to put that up, to keep the people from tracking it all up.
Somebody had trimmed around the foundation, I mean, the monument.
They cut the grass. Your guys cut the grass there, right, Steve?
We cut Potter's Field, yes. The cemetery contractor does everything else.
So this guy's. Cool. Anybody else got anything for Stevie? All right, bud, thank you for zooming in on us.
Hey, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Okay, you
Yes,
too,
Dave.
bud. You're waiting. It's gonna be a good shape. Great. Well, I had all that written down because he didn't know if he was gonna be able to zoom in. So you understand what he said, that they need a crane for Denison. But it's too windy right now. So it looks like they'll be at lunch tomorrow. And then the fence, like you said, he's got enough fence to do Denison. And then they'll try and find something that looks like that.
So we got burped up by, highway, so it's
Steve Carp, yeah, well, because it rained on, what, Tuesday? Yeah,
so maybe this whole harmless thing won't be coming.
maybe not. I don't. Like I said to Steve, just go in there. We waited 2 years for them. If we go over 1 or 2 days, what are they gonna do? Kill us?
For access to the backside.
Yeah, they made a whole harmless clause that they gave to us for a certain amount of time. But just, I think he only got it like a week or two ago, something like that. I don't think they're gonna follow this. And everything's gonna be done on our property, so. Those people next door, they're not gonna do that.
We wouldn't have to go through what we need to,
I think he's gonna put the bucket back there.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if anybody's around tomorrow, just take a ride by the crane. Yeah, I think the crane's gonna go in the back, right? The bucket can get in the front.
Yeah, the neighbor to the east is gonna be, at the plucking.
It's fun.
You might have more than one
I'm not worried about it. Ours will be done. He's taking all that overhanging stuff.
Whatever they do here, it's gonna make it easier for the guy. Or whatever they have.
Well, but half the stuff is thrown in there by him, by the way.
Plus,
Right. But you know, what I'm saying, that once he cuts, he's gonna cut that, they're gonna clear everything out, wait for the
Yeah.
fence, it's just gonna make it easier for whoever has to clean that piece up now, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be
everything's cleaned up.
whatever,
essentially halfway done.
Yeah.
The hard part's gonna be done.
but if you go there and you look the 10-foot right away, it's from the fence over, there's a stake.
Yeah.
Their property, another 10 feet, has got all that junk. They just never went up to the property line. They just let it grow wild. The people that live there.
Yeah, he's there now.
Because I remember when we started talking to her, she said, oh, you're gonna clean this all up? No. So we're gonna go 10 feet off the fence. Well, what about that? That's your property. If you wanna try and, whoever does the trimming, if you wanna try and hop on, maybe they'll give you a deal. And that's when he got all mad and he started yelling and screaming. Yeah. So, we're moving right along. But yeah, you're right. We should have done our money. We've got to spend money these days.
It also says,
14 grand, something like that.
we have, it's just,
Was there talk about? A little fence inside.
Yeah, there's some of those graves, family plots,
Yeah.
chains and stuff. Yeah, we can take a look at that and spend that money on that.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for the last meeting.
Oh, yeah, we kind of got out. We wanted to get Stevie. Everybody get a chance to read those minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes as read. No omissions or corrections. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. What else do we have? That was it.
I just want to bring up, I got this in the mail and it's on preservation of the monuments and everything. I didn't get a copy, but in case, Paul can't get to all the ones that you want, you may want to at least look at that company. I don't know. I got that in the mail, so I put it aside.
Yeah. Mark Ormerat, owner, conservative, and monument preservation and restoration. Located in Dayton, Connecticut.
I had a water.
Yeah. You just got this in the mail, was it
Yeah,
addressed to you or?
It was, I think, I can't remember, I think it had it, so I wouldn't have opened it.
Yeah,
I had a lot of weird stuff. I don't know where to send it. They just sent it to the company.
that's good. That's good to know.
Alright. And I mentioned this last month, but we'll have the test done before June. So is that maybe gonna fund accounting that has to be done? I have to send it off to the council and to probate and everything. So we'll do that in the next meeting.
Okay,
But that's a month, that's a yearly thing. It's just a management of management of funds, part of the ordinance. Finance director shall annually on or before June 1st, file accounting of the cemetery account. The balances, income earned, everything along those lines. Forwarded to committee for review and approval. So that would be you guys. And then copy to the approved report of the town council. And public works.
now that $5,000 grant, that goes to 2023, right? It's for 2 years.
So,
You have to spend it, right?
yeah, so we should be looking at that.
Well, he's gonna take that and pay for part of the fence.
Yeah, so that goes, so we're still have money left over. Right?
No, that fence is pretty, that's
Yeah,
longer
yeah.
fence.
Okay,
Plus, there's gonna be two big gates there.
all right,
So we'll go over the 5.
all right, then that will go, anything that goes over the 5, we'll have to pay out of the account.
Right.
And then Tim Mahoney, first they closed that green house.
Yeah, we'll get them
So we'll
close.
have to notify.
That'll make everybody happy. Okay.
One more point is that, they, excuse me, is no longer going to be doing minutes for the town. So I think this is going to be the last set. I think I did one last time. But, Joe Beely is interested in doing the minutes for.
Register our voter? Yeah, cool.
Right, so you guys get along with them.
Oh, yeah, she'll be here live, huh?
Oh, so you're right.
Perfect. Good.
So if you guys are okay with that, thank you.
When did she, excuse me, when did she go out planning and zoning?
She is on there, so,
Oh, she's wearing many hats.
yes,
Wow.
yeah, she's chair of planning, so.
Register our
And
voter.
speaking of planning and zoning. What great news we got from last week when the Superior Court Judge in Hartford slammed the door on Mr. William Frame, the District Big lawsuit against town,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
the town won.
yeah. those two.
Beautiful case. Big time. That could have been a disaster.
But the town was good, the town was prepared, the prosecution got the right, and it worked. So,
Well, they got outside counsel for somebody that was expert in.
yeah, but they have to deal with that. I mean, they should. Yeah.
Right.
But the good news,
Yes.
May 3rd is the, when Paul's gonna go before the council, I have my veterans. commission meeting, so I can't be there. Then somebody go just from the cemetery commission and just, yeah, just,
Next Tuesday?
yeah, May 3rd.
Yeah, I can try to do that.
Yeah. Just be 15 minutes, you know, just to say we support them. Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
I mean, you can talk to an audience if you want, just say, you know, I'm representing the cemetery committee and support Paul.
Yeah.
They know it anyway, but.
What's that? It's already.
Yeah, but just be nice to show support. Yeah. He's got a full contract for 4 years. University of South Miami, what is it? South Florida. South Florida.
South Florida.
Everything, plus $2,000 a year spending, and that computer science.
Oh, that's-
And then if he goes back for his master's, all he's got to do is pay tuition. That's smart. That's smart.
So he wants to same.
Yeah.
Right.
He's got helpers.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think you're doing one you can, but he's got plenty. Stuff that's coach. Rubber. Yeah, this is all of the, epoxies and all that stuff. Yeah, the templates.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I went to the house when they did that, it's pretty sure. Let's see, you know, he wants to stick up some of the ones in the wing and all that stuff. Yeah, cool, all right. Okay, well, if that's that, if anybody has anything else, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. Second,
Sorry.
all in favor? Aye. Our next meeting will be May 19th. Good. Very good.